right, the Obama administration earlier today rolled out the red carpet for a coalition of atheist groups. Now, among the individuals in attendance was Michael Newdow. That's the California man who sued unsuccessfully to have the words "under God" removed from the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, religious groups, however, have not received this treatment from the Obama White House. Now, last year, the president distanced himself from the National Day of Prayer, canceling the formal service traditionally held in honor of the day and refusing to attend a Catholic prayer breakfast. So what's going on? Has the administration demonstrated a pattern of hostility towards religion, or is this merely a coincidence? Joining me now with answers is the former governor of the great state of Arkansas, host of Hannity on the weekends. Well, you know, I say that because Mark Levin, when he goes, "Now, what time are you on Huckabee tonight?" You know, so it's an inside joke. Welcome back.
Great to be with you.
Is there hostility to religion?
I don't know if it's a hostility. There certainly has been a coolness toward the very people that he spent an enormous amount of time courting during the campaign. You may remember the really wonderful forum that was held at Saddleback Church with Rick Warren. Mm-hmm. Also, there were many attempts. Obama brought a number of evangelical leaders together and met with them during the campaign. There were some surprise endorsements from many Christian leaders, and particularly evangelicals and pro-life people, because they said that he's really open to us, he's listening to us. But I've talked personally to some of those very people who are very disappointed and feel like that it was a campaign type of approach, not serious from the White House.
All right, you took a lot of heat from your interview that you had with Michelle Obama. Why don't you tell us what some of the reaction was?
There were a lot of people who said, as soon as I saw she was going to be on, I turned it off. You know, that's unfortunate. We are not benefited as a country when we won't even listen to people. We may not agree with them. I don't agree with most any of the policies of her husband, maybe Afghanistan policy. I think at least he listened to the generals. I credit him for that. But on the economy, I think he's wrong. As it relates to stimulus, I think he's wrong. As it relates to the way we're going to create jobs, I think he's wrong. I think the health care, he's way wrong. Cap and tax, way wrong.
National security, way wrong. Want me to help you out? I can keep going for you.
Having trials in New York City. But on the issue of just having a civil conversation, and particularly the issue that I had with Michelle Obama, the spouse, it pains me that people are going to do to the Obamas what people did to the Bush family.
Here's what I can't get beyond. I can't get beyond, I know people say, Hannity, let it go. I can't get
I know where you're going.
I can't get beyond 20 years in the church. I can't, because we're talking about religion, we're talking about the character. You know, you had wonderful things to say about her. You said she's a lovely person, very nice, very cordial to you. You support her in this effort about obesity in young children. But why can't I get beyond? Help me. You're a pastor. You're a counselor. Help me get beyond.
Sean, it's going to take more time than several shows. No, I think
prayer and fasting, maybe. I don't know.
It is fair to wonder what her reaction was, what his reaction was to some of the comments that were made. However, let's look at the point. Over 20 years, it wasn't that he was saying that every Sunday.
About. I mean, he said a lot of bad things. He had a lot of outrageous views. Black liberation theology.
I was going to say, he is a liberation theologian. He does, in fact, have some of those strong beliefs, and there's no doubt about it. But that wasn't the totality of his ministry, and his church did many good social things in the community. Yeah. And I just have to say that...
But if you show up on a cover with Louis Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad, and your pastor goes to with Farrakhan to meet Gaddafi in the 80s, I got a red flag running in my head.
I'm going to be real careful that no one thinks I'm defending Reverend Wright, because I'm not.
I'm asking because you met her and you were very complimentary towards her, and you said that you thought I would like her more if I met her.
I think you would. Here's the thing. I think that you have defined her largely by the comment that she made in the heat of a campaign moment when she said, this is the first time I'm really proud of my country.
Well, I'd like to ask her more about it. I mean, if I had the opportunity.
I did. And she was very expressive and specifically talked about what made her proud of the country and how that a campaign endeared her to ordinary people. Yeah, I really did. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. Does that mean that she and I would agree on a whole lot of other things? Probably not. But it was at least a conversation that brought two people together of opposite political viewpoints who did not end up yelling and screaming at each other.
Look, I could see Barack Obama sitting down with you. If you did have the, I can never see him sitting down with me.
I would want to be there. If that happens,
I would want to be there too.
I want the pay-per-view rights. I want pay-per-view.
I'm going to tell you something. And the Republicans this week, I said they had a decided disadvantage going into a meeting with the president. Now, the president ended up speaking more in terms of totality of time than all the Republicans combined. And it seems he's the one guy, the great orator, the more he speaks, the more he goes backwards in terms of gaining support or garnering support for his position.
Well, the more people know about the health care bill, the less they like it. And every poll reflects that has been taken since he first made the proposal. It's almost like he just has not accepted that there is a sense of the consent of the governed, and the governor not consenting to this.
But wait a minute. But isn't it part of being a good orator convincing people that your position is correct?
If you're selling dog food, the dogs have to like it, and the dogs don't like this. And that's as simple as I can put it. The dogs aren't eating it, and it's time to find a new food.
Can I ask you a question? Did you say that as governor? Is that where that came from?
I said stuff that got me in trouble all the time. That's one of the reasons I'm much more sympathetic with the Obamas than you ever will be.
Well, it was certainly one of the reasons why I think you had a lot of people laughing when you were on the campaign trail. Now,
but they were laughing at me, not with me. That's the bad part.
All right, so look, it's not that we're not that far away from New Orleans, and this big Republican meeting, you're going to be down there.
I'm not.
You're not going to be down there?
No, I've got to be up here.
I thought you were going to be down there.
I have a job. It's called Fox News, and I've got to be in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you considering yourself a run in 2012?
Right now, I'm considering, honestly, the focus on the 2010 elections. I know that sounds like that I'm evading you.
No,
it's not. I haven't ruled anything out. But I think we've got to get through this election cycle. I honestly believe that my number one priority, and I've been on the campaign trail this week for some people, and I will be over the next week and the next week after that, because changing Congress and changing some of the governors is the way that we can help change America, get the attention of both Congress and the White House, and put a backstop to some of this stuff that's really going to hurt the country if we're not careful.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. Governor, what's on the program this weekend?
We've got Jeff Garland from Curb Your Enthusiasm. We have State Senator Mike Herodopoulos from Florida. Barack Obama keeps talking about transparency. Florida is doing it. Total transparency. We can do it at the federal level. People should watch. I think they'll find that transparency is achievable if we want it to be. I hope President Obama will watch this weekend.
All right, Governor, good to see you. Appreciate you being with us.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
We'll be watching this weekend. Let not your heart be troubled.